Hello everyone. Well, I've learned a lot about history with the Mystery of History, which is a book by Linda Laker Hobart, and we made a huge timeline out of it, and it really helped me to understand, well, just the events in history and events in the Bible that really fit into just all the history of the world. So we start with creation and then go on with Jubal and Tubal-Cain. I didn't really think that these guys were important, but Jubal is the founder of instruments and Tubal-Cain worked with iron and metals and was the first one to do so. Okay, so we keep going. There's the pyramids of Egypt, and then there's the Epic of Gilgamesh. It's actually written 2,000 years after Adam and Eve. It's very similar to the story of Adam and Eve, which kind of makes you think that, well, the writers were writing about the story of Adam and Eve. We see Stonehenge, there's Joseph, and there's Hammurabi, which was a king who had laws very, very similar to the ones that Moses gave to the nation of Israel. Below Hammurabi, there's the Qin Dynasty, there's Tutankhamun, and there's Ramses II. He was a really proud pharaoh of Egypt, because he made 4 identical statues of himself, and they were huge. Below Ramses there's the Trojan horse, there's Samson, Zhou Dynasty, which was split in half, and then there's Solomon. I put a book, money, and 3 hearts into the picture because he wrote Proverbs, had a lot of money, as well as wives. The Phoenicians made dye out of snails, and we scroll down here, there's Olympic Games, which come right before Jonah. There's Micah, there's Rise of Athens and Sparta, there's Jeremiah, and there's Nineveh destroyed. Nineveh was destroyed because in 626 there was such a bad flood from a nearby river that it caused some of the massive walls around Nineveh to erode and collapse. So the nearby enemies of Nineveh went in and left Nineveh destroyed. There's the Babylonian captivity, there's Nebuchadnezzar who built the Hanging Gardens, which are in the 7 wonders of the ancient world. There's Pythagoras, there's Darius the First, and there's the Golden Age of Athens. They created a building that actually made it to the 7 wonders of the ancient world. There's Socrates, I really like that drawing. There's Hippocrates, which made the Hippocratic Oath. He made the Hippocratic Oath. There's Artaxerxes. There's Plato and Aristotle. And there's the Qin Dynasty. They made clay statues that they thought would enter into the afterlife of the emperor and protect him from the enemies of the afterlife. Then there's Hannibal. He had an army of elephants. Julius Caesar. Oh, and there's Cleopatra. She's known for her beauty. There's Jesus Christ. There's the Pentecost. There's before and after Saul to Paul. There's Nero, pretty bad guy. There's Josephus. There's Bar Kokhba. He was known for making his army cut off 1 or 2 fingers to show loyalty to him. There's the Apostles' Creed. Oh, there's Attila the Hun. He was a fierce warrior and conqueror in Asia. There's the fall of the Roman Empire. That's a really fun drawing. There's Justinian and Theodora. They were a royal couple who were really fancy and materialistic. I also like that drawing of King Arthur. That's pretty awesome. He scared away the Anglo-Saxons and has a pretty awesome legend about him. There's Mohammed, the Epic of Beowulf. There's Charles Martel. He conquered a lot of Muslims at the time. There's the Arabian Nights, Tales of Arabia. There's Invasion of the Vikings, Alfred the Great, Maori, Good King Wenceslas, and Mokotan Mountain. Christians at the time used their incredible faith and moved Mokotan Mountain. There's Eric the Red, Settlement of Greenland, and there's Leif Erikson discovers America. That's an important date to remember. I hope you enjoyed this video of world history from the beginning of time until 1000 AD. Thanks for watching.